Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I am going to do my 9-inch tray again, and I'm going to I'm going to make the same kind of tray that I did on the last tray video. So I'm using the little windows hole makers for resin, and I'm using the 8mm like I did before, and I'm going to be making just the one tier. So this is the cupcake tray stand hardware, and this screw that comes with it fit perfectly inside the hole that I used to make it. So we're just going to do the one tier tray again. I'm changing the colors and I'm changing the style of my piping today. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I've seen some versions on YouTube recently. I'm going to try to do my own little spin on it and see if it works. But these you can find on her website, littlewindows.com. Here is a discount code for you if you want to take advantage. Her stuff is not expensive at all already. Like, you really don't even need a discount, but if you want the extra 15%, go for it. It's got 1mm, 2mm, 4mm, and 8mm. And I've seen her recent videos showing where you can attach them on pendants this way with a little piece of wire, where you can make the hole on the side of the pendants. Super cool stuff. So go check out her stuff as well. So I'm going to do that the same way because it worked really, really well. These just kind of suction cup right to your mold. Make sure your mold is clean or it's not going to suction cup. I picked out 2 of my new alcohol inks that Bonita sent to me. So I want to see if these work in a bloom style. So I'm only going to drip a couple in if I have to change them because I need them to spread. Typically, Let's Resin brand spreads the best for me. So we're going to try these 2. She sent me a whole kit, but I'm noticing a lot of the kit, which is pretty cool, are metallic. So not all of them are non-metallic. I don't want to put metallic in my bloom because in past prior history, metallics don't really work in blooms. Of course, got my ocean white for my petals. Got your laser to heat up the resin. I use 4-hour fast cure because I have the best results with it, and I heat it to 33 to 34 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're using epoxy, make sure you're heating it much, much higher. I think 38 to 40 degrees, it'll still work. Just have to wait a little bit longer to heat it up. So let me mix up some resin and get the bubbles out, and then we're going to begin. Got it mixed, got it debubbled. While I wait for the resin to heat up, I've got about an ounce in this little cup. I'm just going to mix my white in. And I'm going to do probably 2 drops on my stick. I'm just going to start with 2. I always end up with 2. So let's just start there. I don't always have an ounce of resin though, but I think I'm going to need more white than I normally do the way I want to pipe it in here today. That looks pretty good right there. 2 drops to an ounce of resin. And that is perfect. What I'm going for is like beachy colors. Trying to incorporate a little beach. And what I'm going to do is aquamarine, and then blue, and then darker blue. And then for the background, if it blooms correctly, I think I'm going to do like a sandy color, and then the silver always goes with beach. So I'm thinking that's my plan for it. Whether it works or not, we're going to find out. I've been pretty successful lately with blooms, so hopefully I don't have a terrible failure. This was only at 30, I think. So yeah, it's winter time here, so not that it's cold, but colder than normal by a few degrees. I'm going to just let this sit maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll pour it when it hits 33 to 34. All right, it's 33 degrees, which is 92 Fahrenheit. For those of you whose thermometers don't do Celsius, but they all should, I would imagine. So I'm just going to pour it in. Hopefully no bubbles will form, but they will when I scrape the cup. So I do have my heat gun out to try to get rid of bubbles. I have my little silicone tool to get them off of the edges. Now this tray holds a total of 8. I mixed up 6, but I'm only pouring 5 in. And the rest is in the white, so I'm not sure how much white I will use. But I am going to use it probably more than I normally would, the way I'm going to pipe them. So I'm just going to get this to the edge. I might take my heat gun to it just to warm it up, make sure everything's popped. And then drop my alcohol inks, see what they're going to do in case I have to change them to the Let's Resin brand, which I didn't pick out. I'm just assuming these are going to work, so I hope they work. I can also swirl them. There's something in there. Oops. Little. There we go. And I'm just going to go around this edge. Oh yeah, there's some bubbles right there. Just dislodge any bubbles, get them popped, removed, or whatever you have to do to them. You don't want them. I'm going to be top coating this with food grade resin, food safe resin, I should say. So you can use it for food. This is like a great size for cupcakes or hors d'oeuvres if you like to entertain people. Cheese and crackers, whatever. It's just a 1-tier tray. Do wash this off. I love these tools, but if you don't wash them, the resin doesn't always come off, and then they're no good anymore because they're too hard to work with. I'm just going to take my heat gun real quick on low. I don't see any bubbles, but who knows? I could be missing something. All right, so I'm gonna start here with the aquamarine and just let it spread. And then my light blue and then my dark blue. So let me see. Oh, look at this, you guys. It's gonna spread. Awesome. Everything I use is always linked in my description. If I'm missing something, please let me know. I will be happy to get you the link if I have it. A lot of these things are given to me, so I have to either ask them or find them. And most of the time I could find them, but sometimes I can't. I'm gonna try to leave the edge open. Oh, I'm so happy with those. Thank you, Bonita. Those spread beautifully. I'm still gonna swirl them, but let me just let them do their thing for a moment. I don't think that these are gonna matter here, but they bother me, so I'm gonna get rid of them. All right, I'm just gonna swirl like them together, just to blend the colors a little bit. And then this blue and this blue. This could be like a total fail, but I hope it's not. Just gonna spread that darker blue out a little bit. All right, so let me wash off my little brush here, because I don't think we need that anymore. And we will start piping. All right, I've got it in my bag. Let me find some scissors. And I'm a little nervous, but hey, you don't know till you try. Let me see this. I always test my stream on paper towel. This is gonna be hard to do without a turntable. I should get my cake one, but I didn't. What I want to do is make little teardrops all the way around. I've seen people do some like squiggly circles. I see they're not teardrops are a little, I don't know. Are they teardrops? They're more like triangles. And I like mine to be a little thicker than a thin line. It just seems that they bloom nicer. This is going to take a while. I'm going to do this on the whole entire thing. Fitting them inside all these little grooves. I guess it's more of a little triangle. All right, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to drag anything through it. I just want to see what happens with these petals. I'm hoping maybe it looks like a carnation or something. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Let's wait and see. It's cured, guys. It's ready for the back coat. I could see that the outside bloomed beautifully and the inside barely moved. They didn't close for sure. Not sure what it's going to look like, but I'm going to back coat it anyway because the outside looks really, really good. I had 2 extras from batch number 1 and I marbled them. Look at these. I marbled them with the same alcohol inks. Aren't those gorgeous? I'm going to top coat that one. That one doesn't need anything but the bail. They are beautiful. Love them. I'm sure I'm going to have extras from batch number 2 and batch number 3 from the top coat. So I'm going to continue on with Benita sent me. She sent me this package of mica powder, so I'm going to use the light brown. I might lighten it up a little bit because I don't want it too dark. Oh, these are hard to open with gloves on. Hang on a minute. There wasn't anything lighter than this in the package, but I do want to check them out and see what it looks like. Let me grab a little spoon instead of my stick. Let's see what we got here. I'm probably not going to run it through the vacuum chamber. It's just the back coat, and I don't think I'm going to have any issues. I mixed up 4 ounces. I shouldn't need nearly 4 ounces, but I just didn't want to be wrong because I think this holds 8 total, and I've already poured in almost 6 with the white. So it should only take a couple of ounces. Now that is quite dark. I mean, brown is brown, right? Do I lighten it up? That's the question. I would like to lighten it up a little bit. This is my epoxy resin, so I do have time to mess around with it. Let me go grab some white. I'm just gonna put a good scoop of white in. Hopefully, this is the Let's Resin white. Hopefully it will lighten it up some. I would like the effects from the mica powder moving on the back if I can get it. You probably won't see much, but since I could see through some of these petals, you're probably going to see blue, but oh yeah, that lightened it up a lot better. Really nice. Don't be afraid to mix your colors, you guys. You could always adjust and keep adjusting until you're happy. You don't have to stick with what's in the bag or the package or the bottle or whatever. Start mixing them up and see what you can come up with. All right, that looks good. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in until it is poured full, not cured, and see. I'm gonna put it to the ends. There's not a whole lot in there, so it might take this 4 ounces, which is why I wanted to mix it up. I wasn't sure how much to get it domed. I've never back coated a bloom with brown before, and if I did, I really do not remember. Usually I like to do black to show off that white. So this should hit all the colors of the sea with all the 3 blues, the white in the petals, and the brown backing for the sand. Hopefully my vision might come to pass. I think I'll be able to fit the rest of this in. Maybe I won't have extras from batch number 2. Imagine that. If you can get it domed, then you won't have any trimming to do, which is my ultimate goal. That took all 4 ounces. I am so glad I mixed up 4. I'm just gonna squirt it with some alcohol, pop those surface bubbles, turn my heat mat on, and we're going to get this cured, and then we will do the top coat with the food resin, food safe resin. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of these powders that I see didn't get mixed. I didn't do too bad though, considering dumping the white in there at the last second. All right, let's hope it moves and looks beautiful. And if you want a pattern, come back when it's tacky and put your little pattern in or swirl it or something. I probably won't remember to do that, but I'm gonna take whatever it gives me. It's cured and cooled. It's ready to come out. I'm so excited to see it. Let's see what we have. Is it worth top coating? We're gonna just pull this out. There's your hole for the screw. Need to trim a little bit around that edge. Oh my gosh, check that out. That is super cool. I kind of wish it was darker in the back now, but you know, the whole beach thing. Or I should have put more white in. Wow. That looks really, really cool. What do you think? Is that pretty neat? I think it's worth top coating. Let's check it. So this is just gonna go on there. Yeah, that's gonna look really pretty. The only ones I don't like are this one inner circle. I'm wondering if I could do something with that when I top coat it. Let me think about that while I mix up my resin. You know, I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. And I'm gonna scratch it up. This is the hardest part because I feel like I'm destroying it. But this is the best way to do your top coat. Get a nice, you could use whatever you want, 220, 120. This happens to be an 80 because it was sitting here. I'm just scratching the surface, that's it. I'm not really sanding anything off. So this will help the top coat stick and not fall over the edges. You could tape up the back if you want to. I'm pretty confident it won't drip over, so I'm not going to go through that step. But if you're new to resin and you're not confident, then I would say tape up the back or put maybe Elmer's glue, let it dry, or liquid latex. Let that dry around this edge here in case it drips over. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just sanding it really quick. I'm gonna wipe it down with some alcohol, get it clean, get my hands cleaned. And we're gonna use the tabletop Food Safe. I will probably be adding a touch of crushed crystal just to give it that signature sparkle. And I already went around that back edge with the deburring tool and got that off. So that's nice and smooth. I'm gonna prop this up on a few jars just to keep it level while it cures. That is so cool though. I love this thing. So let me grab some jars, let me grab some resin, and we're gonna get this thing top coated and finished today. I mixed up 80 milliliters and I put a touch of crushed crystal. I do have the link in the description. A lot of people ask what I use for Food Safe resin, so I will link that in the description. I'm just going to spread it on and manipulate it to the edges without going in that center hole. It is up on 3 jars. And then I'm going to torch it. Since I don't have a mold to ruin, I do torch my top coats. So I'm just going to manipulate it to that hole. It shouldn't go over, but if it does, that's why it's up on the jars. You could take a heat gun to get these bubbles out, but I do torch mine. I'm just going to drag it to the edge. I don't know how, I can't remember how much I used on the last one. So if I need more, I need more, but I highly doubt I'll need more. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have extra. And I just kind of flick it over the edge and it doesn't go anywhere. The sanding helps a lot, but it just kind of holds with that surface tension. Probably should have done the other side first so I don't get my sleeves in it. And then, yeah, just cure, install hardware, and finished. A 1-day job. If you have a heat mat. If you don't have a heat mat, it's definitely a 3-day job. That looks beautiful. Something in there right there. I don't want to heat gun it too much because I don't want it to get really liquidy and fall off. I still have 30 milliliters left, about 1 ounce. I'm just going to keep popping bubbles. And it should only need it maybe 1 or 2 more times. That is looking gorgeous, you guys. I can't wait till it's completely assembled. All right, I'm going to do something with this extra and see ya on, well, no demold, so I guess I'll see ya on assembly. It's the next day, it's done, and it's beautiful, and we're going to put it together, but with the extras, I pulled out the red copper metallic alcohol ink and added it to the leftover clear, and I poured this pendant. Now this time I drilled a hole in the top and put a pinch bail on because you could see right through the this kind. So I tried to glue one of these on, but you could see it. I didn't want to see it. So that looks really pretty with the pinch bail too. So I might start drilling holes in these. And then I made a keychain with the little turtle mold. Put a couple charms on there. And then I took the rest of that and I mixed it with a black pigment and swirled it. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if I can get... It came out really cool. I didn't think it would. But the transparency, and then I swirled the black after like 20 minutes just to see if it would do something, and it came out really, really cool. I wish you could see what I see, but you'd have to see it in person. And then I made a pendant. You can kind of see that one. I guess at the right angle. Let me try that again. Can you see? It's all right. All right, anyway, let's put this together. So I have already put some rubber feet on the bottom. So when it sits on the table, it won't be sitting on the table. But look at that, beautiful. Can you see the sparkle in there? It is gorgeous. I love this style. I'm gonna take the screw and the washer and put it from up underneath. And then it comes with these little rubber pads just to protect the resin. I always put that on there. You do see a little bit of it, but if they don't like it, you could always take it off. And all you do is screw this on nice and tight. And there you have it. A beautiful tray for whatever you would like to use it. Let me know what you think. Do you like this style? Should I try a different style? I mean, I think anything uniform, no matter what shape you draw your petals, I think it's going to come out cool. So I'm going to kind of come up with another shape and see what we can do with the next one. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Stick around. You know you're going to get some pictures, and I will see everyone tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.